Hey Luke, this is Adam with America's Baseball Camps. How you doing? Hope all is well. Hey, I'm here today to kind of go over your pitching mechanics, your delivery, and draw some lines and some circles and whatnot to kind of pick out some points that might be able to help you out. And again, maybe go over some positives and some negatives here down at this ABC's baseball camp. So let's go ahead and get started here. After watching a couple of your pitches here down here. Just some things I kind of want to point out. All in all, not a real bad job. It looks like you have somewhat of an idea on what you're doing with when you're pitching. However, again, I just wanted to point out a couple things here that we could maybe improve yourself with. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and back this up a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and work off of the first pitch that you throw. So I'll go ahead and rewind this here. We'll just kind of start from here. Okay. Starting from here is what I kind of call the ready position. Not a bad job. You're nice and straight up and down. You got your hands out in front of you where I like them, and the head is right on the target. Everything seems really, really good from this ready position, getting ready to make your pitch, okay? Your feet are in a good position down in here, your toes hanging off the rubber. So I wouldn't change a thing with that. Moving on into the next step is kind of what I call a side step, and you could kind of see yourself take a really big step. That would be the first thing that I kind of fix with you is this move here, right there. Okay, if we kind of go back and we slow motion this side step, you can kind of see how far your foot goes from where it started. So here we go. We'll go ahead and rewind, and you can just kind of see. And what tends to happen a little bit is when you kind of step to the side that far, you'll see your head start to travel as well. And again, what we want to try to do is eliminate a lot of head movement when we pitch, and you can kind of see your whole body goes over to the side, and then you lose your head should be back over here over center. Over what I mean by center over the rubber, and you could just again you could see how far your body travels when you take that giant step to the side. Real simple fix, Luke. All you have to do is shorten it up. Instead of taking such a big step right there. Just take a little bit of a shorter step. That's going to keep your center of gravity just a little bit more centered over the pitching rubber and not out over in this area over here. Okay, so just simply shorten up that side step, and I think that's going to help you tremendously. You know, you can kind of see your feet are nice and shoulder width apart, and all you got to do is take a small little step with that left foot. The other thing I would probably mention to you is when you do take your side step, and I like the side step. That's kind of what I teach when I'm doing my work as well. You're going to see your toe, it's pointed kind of straight. I want to kind of see that foot, that left foot, angled a little bit as you take a step. Okay, so that foot should be kind of turned this way. And we're just kind of cheating so we can get these hips to kind of turn as you're making your side step. You can see here, your whole body's still facing the catcher. Okay, we want to try to be, even when you're starting to do a little side step, you want to try to get those hips just turned a little bit more. Okay, so moving on up into your balance point, we'll go ahead and get into your leg kick, okay? Not a bad leg kick. What you're going to tend to see, you kind of have a hitch in your delivery when you come up to your balance point. You kind of rock back, and you can kind of see that as we go right there. Just a little bit of a rock back, and you'll start to straighten out, though, right there. Which is good. You get into a good position. I mean, you got your lead arm coming up, which is your left arm. I really, really like that right here with your elbow. I mean, all that looks pretty good. But going back into your balance point a little bit, just be careful when you come up to not sit and hitch right there. You can kind of see where your foot is way out here past this knee, and what tends to happen with that is your upper body starts to get in front here, okay, of your lower body. Okay, and what we want to try to do is we want to try to stay tall over the rubber into your balance point. It's funny how this pulls right here, but you want to try to stay nice and not perfectly straight up and down, but try to get your body a little bit more balanced, and so this upper body's not tilting this way and your lower body's going this way. You're just a little off balance there. However, again, when you go into your launch position, you don't do a real bad job. The other thing real quickly just to point out to you, you got to watch this foot down here. Okay, see how it's angled? That foot should always be straight to the rubber. Right there, when your foot's that angled, a lot of times what's going to happen is some guys will stride over this way, and then some guys will actually kind of stride. They'll try to stride this way. Next thing you know, they're going to open up because your foot is a little bit offline. But again, moving on a little bit into that launch, not a bad job right there. Your separation is good. You got to be careful with how far you take this hand behind your back. You can see from right here your separation. You separate good, but then you bring that ball all the way behind your back right there, and you're almost landed. In fact, your heel's touching right there, and look at where your arm is. So your arm is behind you a little bit, and you're already touched down here with your landing. Okay. At this point, we want to try to see just this arm maybe a little bit more up into that type of angle. Okay, this angle's fantastic. I love this. This is great, and everything's good. But your arm's going to be a little bit late. You can see it right back here. It hasn't really even got to a nice L position yet. So be careful with that. Okay, that arm wrap behind the back. The last thing I want to talk about here is kind of when you finish, Luke. Again, not a real bad job, but when you finish, what you're going to start to notice is your front foot is going to open up. So at landing, we'll back this up a little bit, right there, okay? Here's a pretty good position again, but I want you to just kind of watch your foot, what it does. Okay, here we go. Lands, and then you're going to open up. Boom, right there. Okay, that toe starts to do what? Point out into the wrong direction. Okay, your toe's going this way. We want to try to land slightly closed on that foot so our hips don't leak too early and we start flying open with that shoulder. Okay, so just be careful with this foot right here. Again, pointing out into the wrong direction. Try to land slightly closed on that foot. Okay, there you can kind of see it right there with that opening. Kind of everything's starting to leak a little bit, and it's just because this hip opened a little bit too early and this heel kind of spun open on you when you land. You got to be careful with landing so much on your heel and then spinning out left. Okay, it's okay to land on your heel a little bit, but try to stay nice and closed with that front foot. You're going to get a lot more power and a lot more sink to your fastball that way. Okay, and then the finish. Hey, not a bad job with the finish. I would like to see maybe your backside get a little bit higher. And what I mean by that is this right here coming through your follow through. Boom. Okay, what we want to try to see here is this back foot. You can see it only barely comes off the ground when you finish. Okay, probably a foot. We want to try to see that back foot. All the good ones, they get over that front side. And then again, you can see how high that back leg. What we should have happen here is we want this back foot to be probably up into this direction. Okay, so you kind of got what we call a little bit of a dead backside. We want to try to get that maybe just a little bit higher. Okay, so hopefully that helps you, and I know it's a lot in a short period of time. However, watch that side step right here. Keep it short. Try to stay a little bit taller here at the balance point. Watch your angles with your feet, okay, especially when you come down into landing so you're not spinning out right there so much on that front foot, okay, and then try to work on that back side coming up a little bit higher. All right, so hope that helps you, bud. Good luck to you, and thanks for attending the baseball camps. And again, good luck, and hope you do good. All right, see you.